The Epic of Gilgamesh. 1. King of Uruk, the son of the gods. The sun spread over Uruk's massive walls, making them glow like gold. The streets were busy, but no one smiled. Gilgamesh ruled with an iron fist. He was powerful, yet cruel. At night, the people prayed.
Almighty gods! Gilgamesh is strong, but he has no mercy. Send us a balance.
Hearing their cries, the gods decided they would create someone to challenge him. 2. Enkidu, the child of the wild. Far beyond Uruk, deep in the forests, a wild man named Enkidu roamed free. His hair was like a lion's mane, his body strong as stone. He ran with wolves, drank from rivers, and spoke to the wind. When hunters saw him, they trembled.
This is no man. He is a spirit of the wild.
They ran to Uruk, telling their tale. Gilgamesh only smiled. 3. Enkidu's awakening. One day, near a clear spring, Shamhat, a temple priestess, sat waiting. She was beautiful, her eyes shining like stars.
Come, wild one, she whispered. I will teach you to be human.
She gave him bread and wine. At first he hesitated, but then he ate. Something changed. A spark ignited in his mind, thoughts, feelings, purpose. He was no longer just a beast. 4. The Battle of Gilgamesh and Enkidu. That night in Uruk's streets, Enkidu blocked Gilgamesh's path.
You rule without mercy. I challenge you.
Enkidu roared. Gilgamesh laughed.
You think you can fight me?
They clashed like thunder. The city shook. The walls trembled. But after the battle, Gilgamesh stopped.
You are truly my equal, Enkidu, he said. They became friends.
5. The battle against Humbaba. Their friendship grew, but Gilgamesh craved adventure. He wanted to defeat Humbaba, the guardian of the cedar forest. With axes in hand, Gilgamesh and Enkidu entered the forest. The trees whispered, warning them. In the darkness, Humbaba's glowing eyes appeared.
Foolish mortals, you dare enter my domain? He roared.
The battle began. The earth trembled as the heroes fought the mighty beast. 6. The defeat of Humbaba. Humbaba's breath was fire. His voice was thunder. He struck the ground, shaking the forest. But Gilgamesh and Enkidu fought fiercely. With a final, mighty strike, Gilgamesh severed Humbaba's head. The forest fell silent. The gods watched from above, angered.
You have killed a sacred guardian.
They whispered. A punishment must come. 7. Enkidu's death. The wrath of the gods. The gods were furious. They could not let this crime go unpunished.
Gilgamesh is part god. He cannot be harmed. But Enkidu, he is mortal.
One night, Enkidu fell sick. His body burned with fever. His strength faded.
Brother Gilgamesh, I am dying.
Gilgamesh wept, but he could not stop fate. Enkidu took his last breath in his friend's arms. 8. The quest for immortality. Grief consumed Gilgamesh. If Enkidu could die, then he too would die. Fear filled his heart.
There must be a way to escape death.
He crossed deserts, climbed mountains, seeking Utnapishtim, the man who survived the great flood. After many trials, he found him.
Tell me, how can I live forever?
Utnapishtim smiled.
No man can escape death, but there is one last hope.
9. The flower of immortality and the serpent.
At the bottom of the ocean, there is a flower. It grants eternal youth.
Gilgamesh dove deep into the sea. His lungs burned, but he grabbed the flower. Exhausted, he rested on the shore. But a serpent slithered close. It stole the flower and shed its skin reborn, young again. Gilgamesh watched in despair. His last hope was gone. 10. The return to Uruk, the final realization. Broken and weary, Gilgamesh returned to Uruk. He looked at the great walls he had built.
I sought eternal life, but I failed. Yet these walls, my city, my legacy, these will remain.
I sought eternal life, but I failed. Yet these walls, my city, my legacy, these will remain. And so, as the greatest king of Uruk, his story lived on forever.